Assurance of salvation, the most wonderful position to be in as a Christian. Not only to be saved, that's a work of Jesus Christ and can never ever change, but for me to be sure and to know is a most wonderful blessing. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. To be saved is the most wonderful, the most radical, the most vital, the most awesome blessing you could ever have. To be a billionaire must be quite something, and to be able to buy anything that I desire, go anywhere I want to go. But given the choice, would I rather be a billionaire who was not a Christian, or would I rather be a Christian without money? Money or Jesus? A billionaire or Jesus? For me, 43 years of Christian experience, I'd rather have Jesus than all the riches that the world could give. What does it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and yet lose his soul? The Bible tells us that we can be sure that we are saved, but doubts are a part of the Christian reality. They're part of a true Christian's experience. If a Christian were to say, I never have any doubts, the Bible would question the reality of our faith, and there's the nub of the issue. We live by faith and not by sight. From my own experience, there are times when I am waking up in the morning and I think, is it all true? Is it all true? But by the time I've had a cup of coffee and started to read my Bible, spiritual reality starts to flood back. Even the Apostle Paul knew times of doubt. He said, I discipline myself, I keep my body under control, lest that finally I should find myself being a castaway. The Bible encourages us to test ourselves, to encourage us to know that we are saved. Test yourselves to see whether you are in the faith or not. And I would say there are three basic tests that we can apply to our lives, and they are spiritual tests, and they are all focused on Jesus Christ. And I want to look at each one in turn. The world says that seeing is believing. In the Christian realm, it's believing that is seeing. These are spiritual tests that we can apply to ourselves. The Jews in Jesus' days were always looking for physical signs. What proof can you give us that you are who you say you are? What sign will you give us? They're looking for physical signs. And Jesus says, no sign will be given you except destroy this body and I will rise it again on the third day. He pointed towards himself, his own death and his resurrection. The gospel is the ultimate sign. On one occasion, he tells the parable. Is it a parable of the rich man and Lazarus? The rich man who's not a believer dies and he's in hell. Lazarus, the beggar, dies and he's in glory, in paradise. And at one point, the rich man from hell cries out, "Oh, Lord, would you send Lazarus to my brothers to warn them not to come to this place? They will not believe, even if someone goes from the dead. If they will not believe Moses and the prophets, they will not believe, even if someone goes to them from the dead." We live by faith and not by sight. In this series then, a little mini-series, how can I know that I am saved? Have that blessed assurance that Jesus is mine. 3 simple tests that we can apply.